Yummy, released December 18th, 2019. Now, I know I'm going to probably butcher the majority of these names because they are all Belgian. Directed by Lars Damoiseaux, also written by him and Eveline Hagenbeek, and starring Maïk Neuville in a hospital in Eastern Europe, which later, from the accents and signs around the building, looks to be Russia, maybe the Ukraine. A body is put into the furnace as another guy is cleaning up. He hears some knocking on the furnace door, and being the genius that he is, he opens it, and then, phew, a burning arm just shoots out, grabs his face, and boom! Opening credits. So, pretty solid way to open things. In the passenger car is Allison, played by Neuville. She has, for lack of a better term, huge boobs. And a bus full of guys next to the car just notice, and they start making crude, over-the-top gestures at her. Basically, they're a hootin' and a hollerin'. Driving is her boyfriend, Michael, played by Bart Hollanders, and her mother is in the backseat. Turns out they're on their way to get Allison breast reduction surgery. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. They, unfortunately, hit a dog. And I'm like fucking pissed. So Michael, he goes to put the poor thing out of his misery, but then a fucking car just runs over the poor thing again, splashing blood all over Michael. And it's just, it's horrible, it's ridiculous, but it's hysterical. They roll up to the hospital that's in the opening scene, and it is sketchy and ghetto as hell looking. The word cheap or affordable, one of those, is mentioned in terms of the surgery, so you get what you pay for, I guess. The doctor immediately assumes that Allison wants them even bigger. She's like, no. She wants her F cup to be a B cup. Again, that's what you want. It's your body. You do what you feel like you need to do. You feel like you want smaller breasts to help your back or anything. You do it. It's your life. You choose what you want to do. Michael gets all questiony because he briefly studied to be a doctor, but he's a little bitch when it comes to blood. He gets all queasy and dizzy and passes out. So clearly not a very good career choice for him, which is why he probably failed. So it's like, you studied for just enough, so you left. Shut the fuck up. Let the doctors in the cheap hotel do their thing. Daniel, played by Benjamin Ramon, probably the most English name of all of them, it's not clear whether or not he actually works at the hospital, but he brings Michael to a random wing of the hospital itself just to kind of get him out of the way. And it is there that Michael finds a woman tied up and in some kind of mask. So, naturally, because, yeah, why not? He takes the mask off and she immediately just like starts to bite at him. He runs like a bitch with Daniel because Daniel comes in, so she bites through her constraints. Soon, the zombies attack, and there is a lot of them. That one zombie woman, she made quick work of that hospital. We get some solid and genuinely funny moments as Allison and Michael run. There's a gynecologist deep inside eating a woman you know where. Michael gets bonked on the head by a light that he knocks loose and then gets electrocuted, and somebody getting liposuction gets refilled and explodes. I love it. Allison finds her mom recovering and then is humorously chased by a legless zombie. This legless zombie is actually also eating itself, so that's funny. The mom is bitten. Michael is revealed to be alive, yay, and then we soon see someone who is apparently a celebrity. In the beginning of the film, which, don't know why I mentioned it or didn't mention it earlier, the doctor is rubbing his dick in his office, so it's like, what the hell's going on here? He's hiding with a random girl, then they decide, you know what? Zombies all over the place, let's have sex. Logical thing to do. Turns out he had penis enlargement surgery, and that's why his dick is all wrapped up. We don't see it, but the sex is apparently successful. So, in another funny sequence, he burns his dick on hot water. She gives him some kind of cream that just does not feel right. So she lights a match to see what the tube says. She drops in and lights his dick on fire. I can't believe what I'm seeing. She then gets a fire extinguisher, puts it out, which freezes his dick, and just the tip just falls off. This is ridiculous. I love it. Michael soon finds a room filled with pickled animals, which blood, of course, drips into a random jar and brings something to life. It gives chase. He soon finds the doctor and his assistant, who are burning papers. So it's like, they know something. Once everybody is all together, the doctor reveals that he accidentally created the zombie virus in the course of other experiments. And then the woman Michael found was patient 0. The doctor is then axed in the head because he was infected, and the mother bites another doctor on the arm, and because the axe is broken afterwards, he just shoves his arm into a shredder, and there's just fucking blood all over the place. And then Allison kills her mom. On the roof, the guy with now missing arm falls to his death, and once back inside, and it's like, what's the point of going to the roof if you were just going to go back inside? They find the girl who froze the guy's dick. They save her while beating a zombie Shaun of the Dead style. Daniel gets bit, kills the assistant who set him up for it, and then hides the bites. There's always one. The military appears to save the day because that's what they do. Not really. They're just there to kill literally everybody. The girl is riddled with bullets as she tries to run towards them for safety, and then as she's laying there dead, wind like blows up the back of her gown, and she just has a tramp stamp that says Destiny. Okay. Michael is bitten by a creature from earlier, and our remaining 3, they find themselves in the sewer. Michael proposes. Aww. But Allison responds with, "Are you serious?" Glorious. Allison gets her fingers absolutely destroyed by a manhole cover, but her and Daniel escape through another one, and Daniel convinces Michael that he doesn't look so good, so he should stay behind. But in staying behind, Michael kills a zombie by ripping out its rib and stabbing it in the head. So he's like, ooh, brilliant, I'm brilliant, starts ripping out the intestines to use as a rope, and apparently his fear of blood is completely gone. Daniel's like, haha, nope, and just shuts the manhole cover. It's like, oh, you're a dick. Super dick. Because after him and Allison escape, to which the military just completely ignores because they're in a car and they literally screech away. It'd be hard to notice it. He goes, one thing I want to do before I die. So he jumps on top of her to R-word her. It's like, bro, what a fucking asshole. So she stabs him with a screwdriver and eventually backs the car into him. Michael uses a bomb that he made earlier, that I don't even remember why he made it, and he blows shit up. But he somehow survives. And so do literally all of the zombies. The film ends with Allison running him over, thinking he's a zombie, and then she crashes into a tree, and she herself dies. A bleak ending. I'm honestly tired of happy endings. So when I see a horror film end with no winners or survivors, I tend to celebrate a bit. This was fun, though. According to Wikipedia, this is the first ever Belgian zombie film. So that's a cool little factoid if it's actually true. Developed from their own short film, Patient 0, Lars and Eveline gave us full zombie nightmare while also having fun with it. The movie is genuinely funny, and the comedic timing of scenes and actors is top notch. The acting is solid, and while a little over the top at times, that's most definitely the point. The movie is meant to be a bit on the ridiculous side, and they're not afraid to show it. The zombie effects are great. There's a little CGI used here and there, which is all right, but the practical effects of the zombies, for the zombies, and are honestly better than a lot of American zombie films. This Belgian film is a fun watch from beginning to end as it tackles body standards in horrific yet hysterical ways. I give Yummy a solid A. Thank you for watching Fatman Inc Horror. Leave a like if you enjoyed and a comment to discuss your thoughts. Make sure to subscribe to see more reviews of horror movies new and old. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.